Welcome back to F1 Fridays. This weekend we're going to Abu Dhabi. I won my world championship on this track. Beauty! Yes, 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 yes! Beauty! Okay, my top 5 of the season, so let's go. Welcome back to F1 Fridays, and this weekend we're going to Abu Dhabi, track I know very well. I've had multiple pole positions here, and of course, most special moment in my career, I won my world championship on this track. And as always, you have the chance in this video with a top comment to get a surprise gift from me, which I'm going to send to you. So the question that you have to answer this week is, who is your driver of the year and why? I look forward to some cool answers and I'm sure some funny answers. And now we're going to jump into the lap analysis where I show you every single detail about this special lap. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you who my top 5 drivers of the season are. Okay, here we go now on analyzing laps. So starting the lap, first of all, start all the way left. Of course, you're not allowed to cross the white line, but you have to stay left as far as possible. Then chop in, get early on the power so you get a much faster run out. So you start the lap with more top speed than usual. Okay, now this is a standard 90-degree corner. What you do is brake at 80, downshift into 4th gear, and just take the speed through. I mean, there's no secret, just touch the inside curb there. Run wide as far as possible here, a little bit on the AstroTurf, then come back. There's no big secret here. Okay, now here, just very smooth through here. Of course, flat out, that's very, very important. And just keep it as smooth as possible to not scrub any speed. Okay, now here, coming into here is a very difficult one. So brake it around 75, and then you have to figure out how far you can go over this inside curb without like bottoming out and it launching you. And usually you can aim for just touching this orange curb with your front tire, like just there's the spot, and that's where you can hook up nicely and just chop into the inside. And then try and stay as left as possible here. And then by now you're downshifting into 2nd gear. And again, the inside, you can take a little bit of the curb there, take the speed through now. And now important is to get back right as quickly as possible. Upshift in 3rd quickly, and then brake into 2nd and go really late and deep. Brake deep and stay out a little bit, stay out, and then chop in the very end. Chop in the very end here to get a clean run out onto this long straight. Get some nice upshifting going, of course. Then hit the DRS point in the right place. That's super critical. And now we're going into the biggest braking zone of the track, and we're going to be braking from 8th gear. We're braking at 120 meters. 120 meters, you downshift all the way to 2nd gear. Brake balance there is all the way forward because it's a massively long straight line braking. The wind often comes from behind there, so you need to be careful. You won't be able to decelerate so much. And then you chop in here, 2nd gear, upshift early into 3rd, and then try and stay middle of the track. And here again, chop in all the way to the orange and just try and get the throttle down and exit there and use as much track on the exit as possible there. DRS upshift. So now the wind comes from the side here, so it doesn't influence so much anymore. Little click rearwards on the brake balance because you're braking in deep here. You start steering in the end and usually front inside locks up. So here, it's very bumpy here on the curb, but still you start braking away, and then in the very end you start turning out a little bit to get a wider entry. Here, depending on where the track limits are, but I think it's free to go out wider. So here's the 3rd gear this time, and then it's pretty standard. Once you get the braking right, you just try and stay middle of the road, and then here, again, find your way in chopping as much over this inside curb as possible. You can I think there even hit the orange curb even more than usual. Same here as well. Take the orange curb. By now you're back in 4th gear again. Use all the track. Now careful in braking because you're braking whilst you're on the curb on the outside there. So you got to brake a little bit softer because the curb has less grip there. But you need to be there to get a wider entry into this. So again, 3rd gear, chop in here, and standard exit. Just touch the AstroTurf and then get a standard exit here. Okay, now again, flat out, important to position yourself properly for the braking. So stay wide, brake balance another click rearwards because you got a massively lateral. I mean, the car is maximum on its side here because you're flat out in this corner. So it's like rolled over. So the inside front has very little load. So it's going to be locking easily. So brake balance rearwards. Now you've got the wind from the front though, which really helps here because it makes you go really deep because you got wind from the front, more wind speed on the car, more downforce. Okay, your 7th gear here, brake late, 3rd gear. And then it's, again, standard corner, got to take the speed in really deep, and then chop back across right. This corner is so difficult to get right. you can. It's very low grip. You got understeer here, so you just got to figure out. Don't touch the curb on the inside there too much. Again, run out on the exit curb, but come back onto the asphalt before that turn in, because if you stay on the curb and you turn in, you're going to lose the rear end, because on that curb there's always less grip. So come back on the asphalt before the turn in. Upshift to fourth before the corner, and then again curb on the inside there. And here, careful to not run out too wide. It's really, really narrow on the exit, all the way to the Armco. Then chop back, fifth gear. Okay, downshift once to fifth gear, and then carry the speed through. Careful on the exit to not run out of road. This is an interesting one now. So here, by now, you got the rear tires massively overheated because of all the traction sections and also that high-speed corner. So what you have to do here is brake balance massively forwards to use the front end more, because the rear end is completely overheated. Because to cool down the rear end, you need a straight, and there's not been any straights, so the tires are raging hot. And so brake balance forwards here a lot, and then you can go really deep, and the rear will be pretty settled then if you're just using the front end more. You're also going into the wind here, so you got quite a lot of grip, and especially when you're coming around, the wind then comes from the front, so it's a good run out traction here. And that's it. That's a fourth gear corner. Fourth gear corner, use as much track as you can without chopping over the white line there, and that's it. Now let's go for the hot lap. Wow! Nailed it. Nailed it. I'm as nervous as if it was a real Grand Prix. Wow, a beauty up to now. Beauty. Beauty, yes, 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 yes!
Was a
Beauty!
34.8.
Ah! Wow, I'm proper shaking trying to get that damn lap in there finally. Really got adrenaline going, but I nailed it. Okay, my top 5 of the season, so let's go. Hamilton won, just unbelievable. I mean, really at that level to perform, keep on performing year after year, he's the best out there, so number 1. Max Verstappen, number 2, clearly. Those two are in a league of their own, I think. Verstappen getting the best out of that car all the time, really awesome job. P3, it's a toss-up between Leclerc and Ricciardo. I'll go for Leclerc, P3, because what he got out of that Ferrari was amazing this season, and the way he beat Vettel, who's also one of the best of all time. I mean, incredible talent, and to beat Vettel in that way, Leclerc, number 3. Ricciardo, number 4, great season with that car. Number 5, I would go for Gasly. Gasly with that Toro Rosso just improved so much, and he was really, you know, he's always there, got the win this year with the Toro Rosso, so really I would say number 5, Gasly. And then I would still want to mention a couple of other names. I would mention Norris, Sainz, Russell, Hülkenberg, of course, and let me know your thoughts on my top 5. And thank you very much for watching. Remember your chance to get the top comment, so to comment now, and I look forward to seeing your answer. Who is the driver of the year for you guys? Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.